My name is Juliette Hagerman, and I was a Soul Train dancer from 1984 to 1993. From Chicago. I really didn't have any training. I was pretty much street trained and watching Soul Train growing up. We also watched a show called The Big Bill Hill Show when I was a little kid. So I would say I learned a lot from the Soul Train dancers of the 70s. My first experience on Soul Train, my sister was ill and one of her wishes was to come out to California, so I brought her out here, and just so happened I had a friend who danced on the show and she invited me to come out.
And let's meet two of our Soul Train dancers. Your name?
Juliette Hagerman.
I moved to California about 1985-86. After my sister died, I packed all my bags, and as soon as I got here, my girlfriend who originally invited me on the show invited me back out, and just so happened she wasn't there that day. So I decided I would go on my own, but by the time I got there, the gates were locked and closed, so I went up to the gate trying to get in, and as I did, the gate opened. Walked on in, and I opened up the door, but had no idea you're not supposed to open the door when the red light is on. Everybody turned around to look at me. Don was over to my right. The dance coordinator actually walked up to me and asked me, who was I? I'm like, I'm Juliette, I'm here from Chicago, and I want to dance on the show. So he asked me, can I dance? And I'm like, sure I can dance. He pointed to a stage. He said, and if you could dance, you could stay there. As I'm walking, I'm looking at everybody look at me. I see the Asian girl with the long hair over there stretching. When I stepped on that stage, I was practically in tears because I always wanted to dance on Soul Train, and the record started. I started dancing and jamming, and they pretty much left me dancing there the whole time. There were a lot of strict rules, but I don't know, I think I got away with a lot of things. Because number one, they didn't want you taking pictures with a lot of the artists, but hey, my mama sent me a camera and said, take pictures. All the Chicago people, they really, really wanted to see pictures of celebrities, so I brought my camera and started clicking away and was just waiting for somebody to tell me, stop. And the only person who told me I wasn't supposed to do it really were some of the dancers. I just kept doing it. I'm like, if they kick me off, they kick me off. I gotta have these pictures. My family wanted these pictures. I hate to say this, but they really didn't want you to do a whole lot of things outside of Soul Train for some odd reason. I started a tour with the dancers. The crew found out, and when I showed back up for the show one time, they pulled me to the side, Don did, and asked me, well, what are you doing? And I said, well, I keep getting invites outside of California to fly dancers out and tour. And he wanted to know how much we were getting paid, and I pretty much told him, we're doing it for publicity to promote the show. He kind of let me do a few more before he kind of stopped me and say, hey, I'm gonna work with you on that. He never quite did. What he wound up doing is pretty much helping me. I mean, he helped me get some parts on TV, in a TV show called The Gary Shandling Show. He also started me working behind the scenes in all of his award shows. Soul Train Awards, the Lady of Soul Awards, and every show he had. I wanted to do what I used to do, some pop locking, but they wanted their sexy girls, so they wanted me in mini skirts and heels, which I really wasn't used to. In Chicago, I did not wear mini skirts and heels. I started wearing mini skirts and heels, and they placed me on a certain stage all the time because they had their featured people. Each person, they kind of looked at them almost as a character. You know, they had their pop blockers, they had the sexy girls, they had people who had certain costumes, like Otis, who wore all the different costumes. So yeah, everybody had a certain image that they had to kind of uphold, so to speak. I had a girl, her name was Michelle, who people used to call my twin. We used to do a routine coming down the line together, and that went over really well, and Don and everybody loved it and wanted to know if we could do it again. So we did it probably about 4 or 5 tapings where we dressed just alike with Tony Briggs outfits, and we had a makeup artist, and people thought we were actually twins for a long time. Some of the people who I danced on stage with was Full Force. I played the leading lady with one of the group members, and I also performed with Christopher Williams and Vesta Williams. I did a whole thing, me, Tony Briggs, Sheila, and Frederick. We danced on stage with Vesta Williams. We actually toured with her through Soul Train, and we did a great performance with her. I didn't necessarily think of myself as really having a signature style. I mean, I was known for wearing my mini skirts and my high heels, but a lot of people one time called it to my attention when we had come back to a second taping that I used to always wear my hair pulled up, like Jeannie style with a gold band on it. One time when I came, one of the guys said, "Juliette, look in the audience." I'm like, "What?" He said, "Do you notice something?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "There's a lot of girls with your hairstyle." I'm like, "What?" I said, he was right. And after that, I noticed Janet Jackson started wearing that style, Yo-Yo, all the rappers. I mean, even to today, you still see people with their hair brought all the way up to the top with a band or something gold around it. That was like my signature. I stole it from My Dreamer Jeannie. That was like my favorite little character when I was a kid. So that's why I used to wear a very high ponytail, and I guess that really was my signature style that people were used to seeing. I actually did a lot of music videos. I did a music video with Stevie Wonder called Go Home, with Billy Ocean called Suddenly, the Barkays. I did probably about 10 to 20 music videos. From there, I think that really branched me off into becoming a music video casting director. And I actually did a lot of casting for Tupac and several other artists. And now I think about it, yeah, everything actually stemmed from Soul Train. My overall experience of Soul Train was very powerful for my whole entire life. It has really helped me. It has been a major stepping stone. If it was not for Soul Train, I would not be touring the world now.